Yo, what it do? Welcome to Word of Mouth Podcast with Nate and Shelby. We are back in the building and we are excited. What it do, Shelb?
You know,
Come on.
blessed and highly favored. What can I say?
You know, when she start off like that, here we go. you know. Hey, listen, so we want to kick it off today with a different twist. We're going to talk about some dating things.
Nate's going to set me up for all kinds of crap, I'm sure.
Yeah, buddy.
Waiting. He's going to say buckle up, but it's going to be me he's talking to.
Buckle up.
He's giving me fair warning, I'm sure.
Buckle up. Ladies, definitely buckle up because we do want to chat to some ladies from a male perspective. And if she'll have questions, I will answer those too. But we do want to talk about some different things that take place in the dating scene in this season that we live in now. It's a little different. But yeah, let's just talk about it. Shell, I'm going to kick it off first with you.
Break it down.
First question. Do you think that we can date in this day and age anyone?
Okay, like, what do you mean by we can? It's your choice if you want to date anyone. You talking about what society thinks of it?
Yeah, because, I mean, and I'm really talking about single people. Sorry, married people and all you other ones that.
Oh, well, they shouldn't be doing that shit.
Hey,
That's just wrong.
I mean, they dating and married.
If you go step outside that relationship, in my opinion, just stop it.
I'm
Just
saying, come
say,
on.
I ain't happy. Let's peace out Brussels sprouts. I can go do my own thing.
Thank you. And we will have a podcast for the married people. We'll talk to them.
Oh, we will?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we'll talk to them later. So all you married ones, just listen in, okay? Just listen in. We're not crucifying you. Just listen in. But we'll talk to you all later. Okay. Single folk, we want to talk to y'all.
Okay, so do I think you can date anyone
Yes,
nowadays?
yes.
I think you can date anyone you want to any day. It's just that you're going to have to put up with opinions from other
True.
people.
True. I agree with that.
And so it's whether or not you want to deal with those opinions or not. Are you strong enough?
Oh, okay. Let me expound upon that. Date anyone. So, do you think that it's okay if a man that's 54 years old date a woman that's 21?
Hey, if that floats their boat, I ain't going to judge it.
Whatever floats they oh, whatever floats they
Do I
boat.
think that there's going to be challenges to that relationship? Absolutely. But there's challenges to every relationship. So what difference does it make? And there's some women who are way mature and some men who are not. And so the age difference might balance those two people out. It's all about a balance to me.
Well, statistically, that has been proven. And men, I don't mean to get on you, but that has been proven where we tend to mature later in life.
Yes. Uh-huh.
You ain't got to expound upon it. I'm just saying that statistically.
I will agree with that.
So I get the fact that there are some younger women that would want older men because they are.
They finally get it.
She is at it today. So right. I mean, some, not everybody. Men,
No.
stay with me. Not everybody. So, from that perspective, so it wouldn't matter the age. It wouldn't matter. What about
You're going to get opinions. I mean, that's it. People all have opinions. And, opinions are like buttholes. Everybody
Facts.
has one and they all stink.
And they all stink.
So,
Yes.
I mean, it's just what are you prepared to deal with? That's all.
That's good. What's your thoughts on, what do you call it, when they don't live in the same city and state?
Long distance?
Long distance dating. What's your thoughts on that?
I think it's difficult.
For the woman or the man?
I don't know that it would make a difference. I think that it's difficult, period.
Uh-huh.
If you have any kind of trust issue, I certainly would not advise that you have a long
Amen.
distance relationship.
Now that's good. That's the
Because
truth.
you're going to be scratching your head the whole time.
I agree with that. Now that's the truth, male or female.
Yeah,
I personally say men can probably deal with it better.
Well, that would probably be true, but I don't want to generalize. I think that, because women are more emotional. Yeah, it's probably going to be more trying on her, but I don't know. I think that's a very difficult situation.
Really?
I think for short term, like if you're just trying to feel people out, maybe it's okay. And then you are going to progress to being not long term or long distance. But I think if you just expect for it to go on like that forever, you're kidding yourself.
Really?
Really?
So you don't think that a person can be with another person for 20, 30, 40 years and one live in California
That's not a
and one live in
relationship.
Florida?
Excuse me. I know you're just trying to push my buttons, but
Yeah.
that ain't no relationship.
That ain't no relationship.
No,
I got it.
that's
I got
just
it. That's don't say it.
that's
Okay.
just them doing their own thing, but saying, "Oh, I'm with someone else,"
Gotcha.
because they all doing their own business on the side.
Facts. Because you don't know what's going on in each state. But outside of the trust issues, why can't that work at least for a small period of time?
Well, that's what I said. I think it can short term,
Mm-hmm.
because if you're trying to feel each other out and make a plan for the future where you're going to decide where you're going to be, you know, is he coming to her? Is she going to him? What's the plan? That kind of stuff. And testing the waters, I think it's fine. But yeah, after testing the waters, y'all need to get your shit together.
I'm gonna come back to that testing the waters comment. So I had a cousin.
I know where that's gonna go.
I had a cousin that she decided to be with someone from another country, and it hasn't been successful where they can come together yet, and it's been about 4 years. We need video right now. I promise you, we need video. So,
Yes,
but she,
if my mouth doesn't say it, my face definitely will.
Well, we need some video right now. So, and she's okay. Like she says that they talk all the time. They're in love with each other.
Uh,
How do you feel about that? It's 4 years in, but he's in another.
It's not my place to judge. It is not my place to
course.
judge, but I would say they are not in love.
Oh, you don't think it's love? Okay.
No.
Okay. All right.
But you know what? That's one thing about relationships. It's not our place to decide what's right for someone else.
Come on.
It's
Say
not.
that.
And that's why you're going to get opinions, but what do they matter? If you're happy doing your thing, then do your thing, boo.
There you go. Do your thing, boo.
You do you, boo.
All right. So I want to kind of kick them off and, open you up a little bit because I'm
Okay, now we're gonna get juicy. Now
some good stuff. Yeah.
Now I gotta buckle up because he's gonna hit me with stuff.
Yes. One of the first questions I do want to ask you, Shelby, is why is it so hard to date in this culture now? Why is it so hard?
Because we don't commit to anything.
So is it commitment?
I think so. I'm old school. I don't do the dating. Like, I'm not going to go from dude to dude to dude to dude. That doesn't happen.
I love it. Dude to dude to dude to dude.
Yeah. And I wasn't saying dude to do.
Okay. Dude to dude.
Dude to
I
dude.
got you.
No.
Mhm.
Like, I'm looking for the real thing.
Mhm.
Like, I'm looking for long term.
Mhm.
So
wouldn't that require you going from dude to at least dude? If you're looking?
well, yeah, you date, but I'm not a dater. I'm not a serial dater. I'm not gonna like just go out and
There's a difference?
yeah,
So you can date and be a serial dater?
yeah.
Really? I did not. I'm serious. I did not know
Well,
that.
you got to test the waters, right? So that's dating. Like you
I'm
got
gonna
to see
come
what's
back
out there
to
in the
that.
pool.
I really want to come back to that.
I know you do.
So a serial dater is a person
That
that,
cannot commit to anything, and they just float from person to person to person.
back in the day, we called them hoes.
Oh yeah,
I'm sorry. Serial dater.
Hoes.
Better. Okay. Serial dater. Yeah, okay. I got it. I get it.
they get their fix and they move on.
Huh. Serial dater sounds more,
PC.
politically okay. I like it. Okay. So that would be one of the reasons why it's so hard. Anything else why it's kind of hard in this day and age to date?
Yeah, because social media has opened the floodgates to your. I mean, how many more people do you have access to that you didn't?
My goodness, that was actually my next question. So that's really good. I'm glad you brought that up. So with social media, this question was, Is dating sites working?
I don't know that you even need dating sites anymore because if you're on social media, you're probably getting hit up right, left, and
I
sideways.
thought they had like all these social media sites have dating
Yeah, they
apps.
might. They might. I
Like
know Facebook does and stuff like that.
I think Instagram has an Instagram dating something something.
Yeah, well, I'm out of that situation at this current stage, so I'm
Okay.
not paying attention to that. But yes, I was on dating sites, so I do know that they are plentiful.
Okay. So how and that's not personal, but do they work?
I know people who have had success with them.
Okay.
I also know a lot who have not. So
Okay. Okay. So I thought about one day, I had thought about this years ago, people, years ago. I thought about the Christian mingle after I
oh,
got
that's
divorced.
don't do that. I was on there. Don't do that.
Yes, yes. I thought about that particular site because I wanted to, kind of date someone that I can flow with, have that spiritual connection. We just, and they can be demons too. Okay. So dating sites you're saying can be successful, but also it can kind of not be successful for you.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Okay. And now, how has social media become, I guess, against dating? Because it's not for dating anymore. I'm noticing that social media is causing people to break up big time. Like they go
And then
into,
they publicize it on there.
right.
It's
They're
like a Taylor Swift song.
that you're wondering who's in. I just found out what DMs mean or something to that sort. But you're wondering who's in the DMs or who's in your personal mess. I didn't know PM meant personal message. I thought it was, AM and
AM,
PM.
PM, anti-meridian, and
Right. So I didn't. With that, people are, so untrustworthy where they don't know, what's going on behind the scenes when it comes to social media. So, should social media be a driving force for dating? Like if I accept you as a friend on Facebook and me and you are direct messaging each other, should that be
is
closed
that considered
down?
on the down low? You mean?
I guess. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, okay. So I'll just be real. So obviously, I have a TikTok account, and I will follow people if they follow me. Not a whole lot, but sometimes I will. But anyways, like if I get messages from men,
You talk about personal messages?
yeah,
So PMs. Okay.
yeah, or whatever you want to call it, then like at first it's just like, hey, what's up? How are you? Whatever. But if it starts to go left, then I'm like, just so we're straight here, like I'm kind of involved and I'm not like I respect him way too much to continue this. So, if that's the direction you're going in, that ain't gonna go nowhere. But that's me.
Okay.
Now, I'm sure there's other people out there that ain't doing that.
Gotcha. So that can be like a full start of a relationship under your TikTok messages.
Well, I guess it could if you allowed it to. But see, my content is mostly like spiritual Christian stuff. And so like if you're reaching out to me, sometimes I think that they're needing guidance or like encouragement in that direction. So I won't shut you down right away, but if you start going left, then you're going to get the message I just said to you, which is I'm with someone and I respect him way too much to continue this. So if that's where you're going, it ain't going there.
Can I share something with you?
What?
Do you think men care that your content is Christian or spiritual? If you're cute,
I would like to think they do.
if you're cute and they see something that they want, they're gonna be like, "Oh, God bless you." And then the other message would be, "How are you today, woman of God?" And then the next message would be, "What you wearing? What you wearing?
What you got on?
Woman
I
of
haven't
God."
gotten that lately.
Right. So I
don't think I've ever gotten. I don't think I've ever gotten that.
man, we can have the most spiritual / whatever type of content, and that won't stop.
No, but I do shut it down. And if it goes that way and they keep pursuing, then I just delete them. I'll block them. I'm not.
And that I
I
mean,
can play that game.
that's a good thing. I feel like it's because everything is so open now. We don't know who's who and what's what anyway. So that social media question or just dating sites, period. I'm not a big fan of it. Unfortunately, I'm not because I don't know who I'm meeting.
There's a lot of frauds out there,
You better know it.
and there's a lot that are just fishing, and they're bots or they're computer generated.
Thank you. Right. I'm just now finding that out. I must be real old school. But I was watching an episode one day. It was a Saturday morning. I was just chilling at the house and I saw a show called Catfished. And it floored me. Like it's real people out there doing these things.
Pretending.
Counterfeiting and stuff like that. So I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not a big fan. And the reason why is because you really don't know what's going on. And I'll talk about me later, but I'd rather talk to you in person.
Well, that's why like the long distance thing to me doesn't work because you don't know who you're really talking to.
Well, I mean, a phone conversation, and we have like what you call FaceTime and stuff like if you have Apple.
Yeah, you can do that.
You can kind of do that and still interact. And 2020 kind of taught us that we still can interact when we don't have to be in their presence. So I get that.
You doing sexy time on FaceTime though? I mean,
you can, Shelby.
No, but
you really can sexting.
I'm sorry, there's just you have to have
the real thing.
Oh my gosh. Do
Alrighty.
you not?
That's true.
Do you not?
That's true. I agree with that. 100% agree with that. But if you cannot get to them and say,
I was going to say something, but I'm not gonna.
Don't say it.
Holy Spirit's like, no, girl.
if they're in the distance and you're in the distance and y'all just can't, by way of work issues or whatever.
I get that. But after, like, come on now.
There should be some intentionality.
And some physical intimacy.
I agree. Eventually.
Yes.
However, the phone thing can work to, in your words, short term.
To fill in the void for,
for the future. So I get it. I agree with that. The old school part of me says, I don't want to do the typing because I don't know who I'm typing. And all I see is a picture. And come to find out that picture is not even that person.
Yeah. Well, you on the dating sites, you'll run into a lot of that.
Yeah, that's crazy to me, man.
And then you say, well, okay, let's FaceTime because I want to make sure you are. Well, then you'll get some video and it's all chopped up and it's all like grainy and
really?
Like, no, it's really me. The signal's breaking up. Oh my God, kiss my.
I've not got that. Grainy video.
I even had one that was supposedly in Israel or something doing some archaeological dig. I mean, this is how bad it gets. And this has gone on for a while. I think he sent me a video or FaceTime, something like that. And it was okay. But then he sent me, like on an email, he sent me a video and it was so bad CGI. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Like you're glitching, dude.
That's really, and what was the purpose in that?
I don't really know because they weren't asking for money. I mean, yet maybe they were going to, but
like that's.
I mean, maybe I don't know. Do you just get a pull off of yanking someone's chain? Does that float your boat? I don't know.
That's a good question.
There's plenty of them out there.
That's crazy.
And I'm careful about my information, so I wasn't like giving stuff out where they could get anything. But
right. I've saw some Dr. Phil's where they talk about that. People be like, hey, I've sent this man $10 million, and he said he's coming from,
Zimbabwe,
Israel, yeah, and he ain't got here yet. It's been 20 years. Okay, so I get that part. I got it.
And I ain't sending pictures of me, so you know.
I was going there. Okay, so how about that? Let's go back to the person that you're actually physically talking to, and you saw them on video. All right. You don't think as you begin to progress some type of feelings that it's okay to send a picture?
Are you talking a naked picture?
Yeah. We got a regular picture. I mean, men
Or
are
visual. We're
okay.
visual.
Thank
We
you
can
so
give a
much.
little help.
As long as you know. Let me put this out there so that women can understand.
Is that why y'all send dick pics all the time?
So we're gonna pause, come back.
Well, I want to know why dudes do that.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay.
Because you think because you guys are visual that we'll appreciate it? Is that what it is?
I'm so glad.
I mean,
you know what?
or
Let's
are you
talk
just
about
trying to show off?
Let's-
I mean, I've seen some.
it. So let's talk about it. So men, because we are visual, we do love to get parts. We love to see parts. And sometimes women, when they send those parts, like, don't stop because we still like the parts. So when we send parts, we're thinking that you want those parts. Women really don't.
Chicks don't dig that.
I guess you don't care about the parts. So we think that
No,
okay,
we'll
if I
work
send
with
her
whatever
the
we
main part,
got. We don't need.
we feel like if we send you the main part, that you're gonna get excited. Especially, if some of us are,
I mean, I'm sure there's chicks out there that want to see what you're working with.
that.
For sure.
Thank you for saying that. So when men do that, they're giving you, which they can be lying too. Okay.
Oh yeah, if there's no face attached to it, you don't know whose it is.
She said no face attached.
It works both ways. Chicks can send pictures of body parts that don't have their face on them. You ain't gonna know if that's them.
Okay, I went left. I was like face attached. You talking about a face attached to? Wait, what? Wait, what?
With a Sharpie or something? What the hell are you talking about?
What just happened? Okay, going back, like what, a face attached. You want to see somebody else's face attached to the? All right, I'm talking about.
Obviously, you've never gotten a dick pic.
Apparently, a face attached. Okay. So, Shelby, this is the funniest one. So, men, we love to see the visual aspect of it, and so we think that if we send it to you all would,
And we go, wow.
yeah, and you all
Damn.
appreciate it, and then you'd be ready.
And that, yeah, we're like, oh,
Yeah,
I gotta
and
control myself.
Guess it don't work like that for
No.
women. Okay.
I'm sure there's chicks out there it does, but I think for the general populace, no.
Gotcha. So it has to be,
Especially when they're unsolicited.
yeah.
When you're on the dating sites, you get quite a few of them, and it's like, dude, really?
Do the dating sites let you do that?
Well, it's usually after you've given your phone number
Oh.
or something, exchange phone numbers.
Okay. Because, man, I didn't know they advanced to letting you send nudes. Okay. So when men do that, I think they're trying to get some attention and some arousal, and to kind of get you aware of,
Where their mind is at the moment.
yeah, but we also are attention ego driven for certain parts. Like we want that attention when we do send that because we like, hey, some of us are this and some of us are that, and we like, hey, she's gonna give me the salute if I, if I'm this and not that.
No, you know what?
That's how
Y'all
men
got
think.
that screwed up. I mean, there's chicks out there that are about the big D, but
Men, yeah, we mess up because we think that that's all they're about, and it's not just about that. I get it now.
it
I
ain't.
didn't get it
This
then.
is what okay, good old country boy told me back in the day when I was about 17 years old, and I think he was too.
Come on.
It ain't the size of the ship; it's the motion in the ocean.
Yes, that is true. And fellas, man, I'm talking about that's true from every aspect.
And I think as a woman gets older,
Uh-oh. Here we go.
I'm not going to go there. Never mind.
There it is.
The Holy Spirit's like, no, girl.
There it is. So, men, yeah, you don't have to do all that. Just, man, talk to them. The stimulation part can come from a psychological state. You don't have to
I
go
think
straight
that does
there.
more for women than any picture does.
Yes. You heard that, man. Please take heed. You heard that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I got another question for you, Shel. I wrote it this way. Should we, as people that want to date or single people, should we meet in person first?
Okay, wait. You what?
If you want to get to know someone, let's say it was a DM,
Mm-hmm.
or it's someone you met in a grocery store, or
Well, then you've seen them in person.
that's true. But should the next visit be personally, or should it be all basic text
No,
call?
you have to be in the flesh with someone
Okay.
because you have to see how they interact with others. You have to see what because you get vibes off people from seeing them in person, and you see how they respond to others. You see how they respond to you. You can pick up on things, I
Mm-hmm.
think,
Mm-hmm.
and you need to see how they react to the world around them. Otherwise, I mean, they could be blowing so much smoke up your butt that
I agree with that. This is my dilemma with that. If I meet a person in person, let's just say we go on a date and we meet in person, and the date is so awkward, like there's nothing to talk about if I'm in front of you, but there's so much to talk about if I'm texting you or if I'm calling you. But then when we're together, you're like crickets, crickets.
okay, well, that's just, I don't know. I don't know if that's a fake person or if that's just someone that's really introverted and is much more comfortable behind a phone.
That I guess that's the big question, and so you'll be able to notice that as you're saying in person. You'll be able to pick up on that, their energy, their
Well,
vibe.
I mean, obviously, if you're saying that things are really good when you're not together in person, but then when you get together in person, they're not good.
I don't know if it's a
Okay, well,
shy thing.
you gotta live with that person eventually
On that,
in person.
right?
So you gonna be miserable or what?
Well,
I think you have
maybe
to
it's a
give
shy
it
thing.
time. Yeah, you have to feel people out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, we just talked the opening line to this whole podcast was about people don't want to commit to anything.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
you have to give people a chance, I think, unless you just are like absolutely put off by it and then you walk away.
Ooh, okay. And you walk away. I like it. So, a little bit about me. I'm a guy that I don't particularly, if I mess that word up, judge me.
Particularly.
I don't like dead space. And so if I'm having a conversation with you and it gets very, very quiet and awkward, I'm like, so
So you don't do well with silence.
not if it's me and someone else. Like, what's the purpose of being
Okay,
with
so
someone
even in your relationships, like once they've progressed, are you okay with silence between the two of you? Like, can you drive in the car together and not talk?
Yeah,
Or
that's
does that
cool.
bother you?
That's cool to a certain extent. If I'm talking to you and you ain't saying nothing, then we got a
Oh, well,
problem.
yeah.
But if we're just, I could be in worship and you can be in worship, and that's cool. I think the awkwardness would be, say if I pick you up,
Mhm.
hypothetically, I pick you up and we're going to X, Y, and Z, and you say nothing, and you just look out the window, and I say nothing, and I'm just focusing on driving, and then we get to the place, and then we're probably, I mean, I pull your chair out, you're sitting down, we're having dinner, and you say nothing, and then it can get
What's
real.
the point?
That's what I'm saying. So I'm not a big person on dead space. I always fill in space with talking. Even if you notice that if you notice that about me as a friend, I don't, me and you can communicate, and I'll always bring up something else if you get quiet.
Yeah,
I got to
you
keep
do
the
that.
conversation
Yeah.
going because dead space can be awkward. I'm not against dead space, but I heard a saying, it's not biblical, but I heard a saying, man, an idle mind is where the enemy can play. It's like a devil's playground.
Yeah.
So why sit there quiet and you got all these thoughts and you want to say something, but you never say anything,
But
especially in a relationship.
You,
What?
I fail to believe that you express all your thoughts.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't.
exactly.
Definitely, I don't.
Yeah.
But from a psychological standpoint, I took psychology. I'm gonna keep something going. Like I'm gonna talk more about you than about me. But I'm gonna fill that space to where it's not awkward. Like we're not just sitting there
So
twiddling our
you're
thumb.
afraid of awkwardness.
Not afraid. More in the. So what do we do next? Like we just. Like anything else you want to say? Like, like something got to be going, and I don't know. It's just it's
Well,
weird.
I
To me.
think, okay, for me personally, if someone isn't asking questions about you or trying to engage in a conversation with you or share things about themselves, then what are you there for?
I agree.
Like, I don't understand what the purpose would be.
I agree. I agree. So, if we start right there, um, should we engage more in conversation before we meet?
Well, I think unless it's a blind date, don't you do that nowadays? Like, at least you're texting or if you're not talking on the phone.
Oh, I thought you just set it up.
Well, blind date you just set up, yeah, but do people do that anymore?
I don't know. I don't even know, man. I don't even know if I ever been on a blind date. I went to some places and talked to some people blindly. Like say if I went to a nightclub or something when I was younger and approached someone and started talking to them. Yeah, I did that.
Right.
That was kind of blindly, but
Well, I think we all did the club days. My
but a
daughter was
blind
just
date.
asking me about that the other day.
She going to a club.
Hell no.
Oh, I was gonna say no, Brittany.
Hold on a second.
So listen, and Shelby taking a quick break, real quick. Listen, ladies, I want to ask probably one of the biggest questions ever, and I'm gonna ask Shelby about this. Like when you do get to that place of comfortableness with the guy, when and y'all let me know this because men ask this question: when do you all feel comfortable enough to say the words "I love you"?
It's going to be different for every woman. There's no generalization for that.
Are you sure?
Yes. Because especially at our age, like you've gone through, so you're going to, everybody's different.
Okay. Yeah, I hear you. However, don't we supposed to love? In my Shelby voice, we love everyone. I love you. I love you. God bless you. I
Okay,
love
but
you.
you're talking about a dating situation. You're talking about a relationship. That's a little different.
So when I hear a woman, if I hear a woman say to me, "Hey Nate, I love you," am I thinking of it as though, oh, that's the love of Christ? God bless you, honey. I love you too.
Okay, but you're talking about someone that you're possibly dating or you're pursuing?
Not possibly pursuing, however, they think that, or they think
Well,
that
okay, they think,
they have a liking
right?
for me.
Right?
So if they have an attraction, they may say I love you in a different way that I'm not.
But are you saying this is a chick who's just coming at you and you're not like pursuing or you have
Yeah,
no
we're not.
intention of
Yeah,
that?
we haven't discussed
Okay, well,
anything.
that doesn't count in this situation because you're not pursuing a relationship. That's just some chick who's feeling you. That's all.
So do I say I love you back?
No, you don't say you love your back.
No, you don't.
Do you love her?
With the love of God from
Okay, but
my
don't be saying
Shelby
that stuff.
voice.
Don't say that.
Don't say I love
Don't
you
say
back.
that. No,
Okay.
no. If you're not pursuing a relationship with her and she comes at you with that, I would not say that back.
Okay. Got it. Because women can get a little weird when you do say it back.
Yes.
Very weird. Because they expect
Well, and
for
I
you
think
to.
like dudes will just like hightail it out of there too.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. All right. Thank you for
But
sharing.
I
that.
am one that's not afraid to say that. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what you do with it is on you.
But you'll just tell someone, well, I mean, you establish something that if you tell a person, I've saw you for a while. I've saw you deal with strangers, workers of people that you just do ministry with, family, close people, even for myself. Like I know how you relate to that love, especially if it's like you love them for real. I know your love kind of thing, and you do say it, but you say it to an extent where they know the difference. I'm just, I'm a little careful. Sometimes women can take it the wrong way.
No, I think that's true for sure.
Yeah. So, and that kind of leads into question number 4. Do you think it's okay to only look for someone in the church?
No.
This is Word of Mouth podcast with Nate and Shelby.
So what? What difference does that make?
So you don't think you can find like a great husband in the church?
Are you talking about the body of Christ? Are you talking about the four walls?
The four walls.
No.
You don't think it's important to find that wife, that rib. That rib.
You know what? God's going to find you the rib, whether you find it in the church or not. So it doesn't matter.
I mean, I've been told that now. You know, your wife is in the church. You need to come to the church house and find you a wife there,
How old
buddy.
was that person? Like 90?
In the 70s, but yeah, you're but they was like, yeah, your wife can
I mean,
be
I'm
in the
not
church.
poo-pooing that. You know, if you may very well find someone in the building, but I don't think that needs to be your conquest only. Like, that's not your only avenue.
Thank you for saying
There's
that.
a lot of believers that don't go to church because they've been church hurt. There's a lot of believers that don't want to be told by someone standing in a pulpit how to live their lives.
Thank you for saying
So
that.
let God handle that. And you're not necessarily going to find those people in those four walls because they ain't going to go.
So a man can truly find his wife, his good thing, and obtain favor from the Lord in the mouse's ear?
Sure.
Okay. The Mouse's Ear, ladies and gentlemen, is a strip club that is here in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Well, I didn't know that because I ain't never been there. You set me up on that one.
She said, sure.
I was going to say, what is the Mouse's Ear? Who the hell names a strip club the Mouse's Ear?
It's called the Mouse's Ear. And anybody in Knoxville know about it, I need you to comment real quick so Shelby
Where
can
is
see it. There's one on Kingston Pike. I can
Is
tell
there
you
really?
that one. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. It's
I
one
guess I
out there
haven't
by
been
the
that
airport.
far down on Kingston Pike.
It's one next to the airport. I don't know if it's called Mouse's Ear, but it's one next to the airport. Close. It's something ear. It's an ear. And
I have not
maybe it's called
seen-
Gentleman Club.
I don't know. Oh,
Yeah. It's called Gentleman Club.
I don't think I've seen a strip club here.
What?
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, there's lots of adult shops, but
Nah, it's a couple of strip clubs here. I don't go to them, but it's a strip club. I don't. I'm sorry. Giving my money for the teas? Nah. I'm good. However, so you're saying it don't necessarily have to be in the church. You can find a mate at a grocery store. You can find a mate at.
God can bring whoever he wants, whenever he wants, however he wants to.
Got it. I agree with that.
Or put your search on in the right place.
Yes,
So
I agree with that.
I don't think that we need to just focus
Limit it
on
to
the
walls.
building.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
But then again, like I said, I'm not saying don't, you know.
Because there may be one in the four walls of the church. And because we're talking from a spiritual standpoint, do understand that if it's not in the church, man, it's not a bad thing. Like, don't crucify yourself if he or she is not the church goer. I mean,
Yeah, but then you're going to start, well, it's unequally yoked and blah, 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 blah.
that's a big, big, big conversation right there. Because what if you don't meet that person in the church? Do everybody, and you said it earlier when we started, everybody have opinions. That's
And
all
they all
it will
stink.
be, right? Is that opinion. So if you see me with someone and they don't have prophetess or evangelist in front of their name, and don't judge me because I probably didn't meet them in the church. I'm gonna say that real good. Y'all probably didn't meet him in the church. So don't be looking at me all different, talking about, Pastor, where you find her from? First of all, my name is Nathan.
Yeah, but see, you have a little different you've got a little different oomph with you because you are a pastor. So there
Does that
is going to
stop
be
me?
more pressure on you.
But does it stop me from finding that good thing? Like, the Bible doesn't specifically say find a good thing in the four
building.
walls, right? So people,
In the temple.
please don't judge me. Don't judge me.
But
if
people are
she ain't-
gonna. They're just gonna. So deal with it. You gotta pull up your big boy drawers
There you go.
and decide what you're gonna do with their opinions.
That's it.
And just shove them.
Thank you for saying that. Because look, I actually thought about that for a while, especially after, divorce and everything, because that was a process. Because we were in a building, and we were active in a building to where all they saw was these titles of pastor and first
Yeah.
lady.
Did the building keep your marriage together?
That part.
No, it didn't.
That part. Oh, I need you to preach that, please.
But that's just facts.
Yeah. So, as you said, I mean, it may be awkward for some people because everybody got their own opinion, but I'm gonna pull on my big boy drawers when y'all get to talking about why she this and why she that.
People judge all the time. Even if a relationship is really good, they're going to find something wrong with it. It's just the way people are.
Yes, ma'am. I get it. And amen. So
We live in a fallen world.
be mindful that I can care less about what you think. This last one that I had, is it just okay right now in this culture? Is it just okay to stay single?
Yeah. If that's what you want to do, that's what works for you. You do you, boo.
So whatever floats your boat.
I don't really like that, but yeah. I mean, if you're comfortable with it and that's how you want to roll, then roll.
Okay.
Me personally, I don't want to roll that way.
Okay.
But I think we're all different and we all get to make those decisions for ourselves. And it doesn't matter if someone doesn't agree with it or they do.
Well, let me tie one more question to that from a woman perspective. Do women want relationships? Like, do they want to be someone's wife?
That's a really broad, general question
It
for
really
a whole
is.
lot of people.
It is. For this woman in front of me, like, do you want to be someone's covenant partner? Their everything until to death do you part?
That is what I am pursuing. Yes, hell to the yes.
Hell to the yes. My God.
I don't know that I want to be the institutional ordained wife type deal. I don't know that I want to go through a wedding again because I don't. That doesn't have the significance to me that it used to have.
Yes. Yes.
But I can't say that I don't want to either. Absolutely.
I was listening to a podcast a couple of days ago.
You're listening to another podcast?
Yes.
Cheater.
I know, right? But this lady said, she said, she was in a marriage for a while, and she said, I don't think I'll get married again. And she said the reason why is because that was more financial and more mentally draining than me just having someone in my life for the rest of my life. And I pulled back and thought about that because a lot of people was ready to crucify her for saying it. But she made sense.
Yeah.
She said
there are people that enter into it for those reasons, for financial reasons.
Yeah. She said it costs so much going in and it costs double that coming out. I was like, whoa. But she was right. She was right. And the add on to that, the mental drain, the physical drain, the emotional drain. Like, that's a lot. Just to prove to people with a paper that you are with that person. I know that's kind of hard for me to grasp. And I did it twice. I did it.
Yeah, I don't know. There's things about being married, quote unquote, that are pros, of course, and there's things that are cons. But regardless of being married or not, I mean, okay, so what's the difference? Well, never mind.
Her mind is going, I'm going to get video real soon. We got to get some video for real. Yeah. So
I think that, and I don't know, because I would say that people who have been married tend to say they're not going to do it again. But I can't really say that because I've known a lot of people that have done it again.
I'm one.
Yeah. I have people in my own family that have done it again.
Yeah.
Over. Again.
And after that first one, I said I wasn't going to do it again. I did it. So I get it. I mean, I'm...
And then for me, I would like to say that if I do it again, it's the last time. Like, it's going to stick. But who the hell knows? Talk about a face. Nathan just gave me a face.
Man, who knows nowadays? You're right. Who knows?
And, everybody, we've talked about this before, even in your relationships, people's commitment to commitment is different.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's really good. People to commitment.
People's commitment to commitment.
People's commitment to commitment
There's,
is completely different.
there's
Yes,
degrees.
You're right. And I think we said earlier that we're going to have a session where we talk about married people. I really, really want to have that one next because that's something that we need to touch on. Because me or Shelby, we're not downplaying your ceremony. To each his own. Go ahead.
No,
go for
absolutely. And I'm not saying I won't do it again. I just right now it doesn't appeal to me.
I hear you. Amen.
And the other thing is, like, I don't need the pomp and circumstance, like you had to have the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'd rather just skirt off somewhere and
Wow.
yeet, yeet.
Wow. That's good. That's good. I like that.
Because it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks or knows or cares.
She says she wants to skirt off somewhere and
Yeet, yeet.
yeet. I hope you all understand the lingo of what that means. Squirt off and
No,
yeet.
skirt, not skirt.
Okay. All right.
Strike that.
This has been amazing. Amazing. Wow.
I don't think my mom can listen to this
Right. What was it?
Skirt off and yeet, yeet.
Skirt, not squirt. Skirt. Oh my God. Pray for me. All right. I have no more questions, Joe. I'm out.
Wait, no. I didn't even think about asking you any.
Yes, if you have any. Besides squirting off. Yeet. Oh my goodness.
Oh, God.
Wow.
I'm crying.
That's what I thought I heard. Squirt off and yeet.
Oh.
Funny.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So, because I just happened to open the Bible up to 1 Samuel, and it says, people look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
But men are so visual. Let's talk about that
Yes.
versus the heart.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a biblical answer. You ready?
Oh, goody.
Yes. Oh, I got it. It. In the book of Genesis, if you look in Genesis chapter 1, everything that God created, right after that, he said he saw it.
Yes.
And then he said, it is good.
It is good.
All right?
Right?
So what did he do first?
He looked at it.
He looked at it. Now, you have to look at the very important aspect of him creating us. He said, in his image. And after his likeness. So that means we have the characteristics
of God.
Although
he's all spirit.
He's definitely all spirit. So greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. So if I look at it, I say it's good. Come on, man.
Is that your excuse for men?
Men, I need you to help me on that one. If I look at it, man, girl, look.
So a man cannot fall in love with someone that he doesn't find in some way attractive? Physically? Oh, that's a long pause right there.
That is a long pause. I can't speak for all men, but I'll speak for myself. No, I cannot fall in love with a person that I don't see physically. I cannot.
As attractive. You have to be attracted to them.
I do have to have an attraction.
A physical attraction.
Yes. I probably can speak for every man on that one. Yes, I have to be physically attracted. Yes. Any man.
So does it matter if she's smoking hot but has a wretched heart?
Yeah, that matters.
Does it?
Yeah, because in my maturity, because I was young once upon a time. You do know that, right? I was
young
teenager.
once upon a time.
Yeah, I was in my 20s years ago. But in my earlier ages, it was all about the physical parts. As I got older.
Don't you think that's, well, I think that's
Well,
young,
no, as I got older, what became more attractive to me?
Mm-hmm.
Number one, intellect. Number two, anointing. Number three, who you are. I love it. Who
Sorry,
you
we
are.
have people peering in the windows.
Who you are as a person and whose you are. Like that became so attractive to me from women. And it was less about their physical attributes. That was a plus to me as I matured. It became a plus. But now I'm more attracted to, those first things, how your mind works. They have a saying for that, but I'm not into those weird sayings for it, but I do like a person that is smart, somewhat smart.
Intellectual. Yes, they have to have it.
Please,
An intellect.
please no 4+4. Just that.
Well, nowadays that doesn't even matter because 4 plus 4 or 2 plus 2, you don't. It doesn't have to add up to 4.
Jesus.
It can be whatever you want.
I don't know what help us, God, just help us have some type of intellect, like some.
Okay, but here's a question, and this is going to get kind of grimy, but dudes can just have sex with anybody and they don't have to find them attractive.
That is true, and that is true because men do have two different minds.
The carnal.
Well, you can go spiritual with it, but I'm talking about a head and a head. So the head that's on top.
One is attached to the carnal.
That part. the top head that's attached to the neck, it has a conscience. The other head don't. Real talk. So yeah, we can turn off the lights and go for it. You asked.
Turn out the lights. The party's over.
Off the lights.
And dudes can screw anything and not have any kind of emotional attachment to them. I'm just putting it out there plain.
So men, I'm gonna tell the truth, okay? Because she asking me and she looking at me, and she'll read if I'm lying. So yes, men can have. That's the reason why you don't see male prostitutes standing on a corner. Let me make that plain. You'll see females standing on the corner in certain cities because the appealing of the visual aspect of men.
Yeah, they gotta hook them.
That's it.
That's why they're called hookers.
That's why. I don't see a lot of male hookers standing on the corner. And women just like, ooh, what's that swinging over there?
What's that swinging?
Your mama was okay. So it's female because that's what we're drawn to. And we can have that and just get out of my car.
Well, I think there's women out there too that can do that. It's just an act.
Pick up somebody and say, get out of my car? Or would they, do a
No, they just do them and then walk away. It's just an act. It's just sex, and they don't have to. I think so, and I think that maybe they're programmed that way through hurt. I don't know if they started out that way, but they probably got hurt enough that they've become hardened.
Numb to it?
Yeah.
Okay. Because you all are receivers, though.
Yeah, and I do think that women tend to get emotionally connected to, well, I don't know how hookers do it because I couldn't do it. But
that's hard. That's hard.
More power to you that you can
keep going.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just
no judgment. I mean, seriously, no judgment.
Maybe it's just the money.
But I do think women tend to get emotionally attached.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, but yeah, for men, we can screw and keep it moving, and screw again and keep it moving. In the same day. I just want to let you know.
Oh my gosh.
Lord have mercy.
There's chicks that can do that too. Neener.
That's weird.
I almost spit my coffee.
For a woman to do it, that's another conversation. Okay. Anything else?
Let's go back to masculine energy.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think there's boss bitches out there that are just screwing because they want to feel the power of screwing?
Yes. However, I think that
or to get from point A to point B.
I think that they're using more of the electronical, rubbery type of things.
Oh no, honey.
And not men.
No.
You don't think so?
I'm talking about like they're working their way up the ladder.
Oh, that way, yes.
Transactional stuff.
Okay. Yes. Now I agree with that. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That is
And I
very,
do think there's chicks out there that can do it. They can just go from dude to dude, and it's not a big deal.
to be a receiver, though. I don't know. That's just.
I don't. Yeah, it goes against our makeup, but I'm just saying, there's people out there, women out there that can do it. And again, I'm not judging. I'm just expressing that I do believe that there are people out there. I can't, but
I mean, I get it.
more power to you.
saw it on
That's just
Pornhub.
not me.
I saw it on Pornhub. I mean, they have all of them on Pornhub. And I said I saw it. Don't judge me. I said it. I saw it.
I done
Judge
seen
me
it
later. But yes, yeah, you're right. They can, and they continue. Hey, to each his own. I'm puzzled when it comes to a woman and the respect that I have for that entity, because you all literally are the receivers, and it's
biblically, yes. We just talked about that in the last.
That's the hard part of it. That's the hard part. But yes, you're right. It is women that can do that, but men can do it all day long. Seriously, it's like, you all gotta literally be behind closed doors to urinate. We really don't. We can.
I'm a little jealous of that, honestly. I think chicks are.
I'm a little jealous of it.
Yeah.
Men have it good
So
on that
damn
part.
easy.
Yeah. We can pull over or go in a cup.
Yeah.
Y'all got to squat, get
It's
behind
terrible. It sucks. You get it on your shoes.
Yes. God bless you, ladies. Y'all go through some stuff. But yes, I get it. Yeah, we can be a little rough when it comes to that. We can be a little rough. So
I'm just going to put a reminder out there that every person you sleep with, you take on everybody they slept with.
Come on, say it again.
That's spiritual,
And
man.
that's
I'm
spiritual.
not.
God, that's so deep.
I'm not trying to guilt you. I'm just telling you that's a spiritual law.
Yes, you take on that.
Uh-huh.
God.
Until you figure out how many are on you, and then you get them off.
And you get them off. That's another conversation. Look.
Stop it. What is with you today?
She said it. I didn't. Until you get them off. Okay. I just repeated what you
Both
said.
ways, I guess, huh?
Till you get them off. All right. Anything else, Shell?
Okay, obviously, I have to mark this not safe for children today when I do this.
Parental discretion.
Yes, advised.
Wow. All right.
I got nothing.
All right. Whew. This was intense. Yeah. This was intense.
My mom. She's, if she listens, I'm laughing way too much. Yeah.
But this is a good one. This is a real good one because we covered some stuff. We did, and I hope and pray that if one thing that was said to you, that you take it in consideration, whether you're dating, whether you're looking, whatever it is, just search for that thing that can give you peace, can at least apply some type of happiness. Don't do it just for a temporary fix. Because there's a lot of adult stores that sell toys and stuff like that for men and women now, So you can do that and get that, somewhere else. But if you want to actually,
And it doesn't cost much.
Right.
It's cheaper than a date.
It's cheaper than the strip club, honestly.
Oh, it's way cheaper than the strip club.
Yes,
and
it
you ain't going to
is.
get any action. Well, maybe you are. I shouldn't say that.
You
I haven't
might
been to one
not.
for a long time.
You might not unless you're coming out of thousands. But however, yes, whatever you choose to do, and let it be because you want to and that you're searching for a peace in it.
But you have to commit to some degree.
Yes.
Let's stop being so willy-nilly about everything.
Commitment is everything.
The willy and the nilly need to stop.
So this has been Word of Mouth Podcast, because I was going to say something right there. Because I'm on it today. I promise you. The Willie.
The nilly.
And the Nilly.
Not Millie the nilly.
Not Millie, but the Willie. Not Wet Willie, but Willie and Nilly. So it's been Word of Mouth Podcast with Nate and Shelby. We'll see y'all soon. Have a good one.